Should Barack Obama be worried about gay pumas? What state won't have an anti-gay rights ballot initiative this November? And what will happen when scientists unlock the gay brain? Welcome to Flaming Politics, your independent look at the issues affecting the LGBT community. I'm Jaffe Grant. Today we're going to look at a new study that was released this week that could have a big impact on the gay community. But first, here are the stories you need to be talking about this week. The Washington Blade reports that Will Bauer, a Huffington Post columnist and gay man, is the driving force behind a group called Party Unity My Ass, or PUMA, that's encouraging discouraged Clinton voters to back McCain. Says Bauer, "I feel Barack Obama is an anti-democratically chosen candidate." He said, adding, "I think it's the worst of the system that has put him at the top of the ticket." Recent polling, however, seems to indicate that Clinton's core constituency of women, blue-collar workers, and Latinos are in fact breaking for Obama. Conservative advocates of an attempt to put a ballot initiative that would repeal domestic partnership and discrimination bills passed by the Oregon legislature say that they have failed to get the required number of signatures by the July 3rd deadline. The head of Basic Rights Oregon, Gina Frazzini, says that this is, quote, further indication that there is a sea change in Oregon on this issue. And now for the big story. A new study this week in the scientific journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences could have a wide-ranging impact on how homosexuality is perceived in the scientific community. Studying brain scans from gay and straight men and women, researchers concluded that gay men's brains resembled straight women's brains, while lesbian brains resembled straight men's brains. The brains of heterosexual men and homosexual women were slightly asymmetric, with the right hemisphere slightly larger than the left. Researchers Ivanka Savic and Pierce Lindstrom wrote, "The brains of gay men and heterosexual women were not." The study makes a strong case that homosexuality is not in fact genetic, but rather the result of hormones produced by the mother during pregnancy, or the absence thereof. William Salatin of Slate writes this week and looks at the issue in depth, and concludes that, quote, "liberals are slow to see what's coming, they're still fighting the culture war." And here's what he means. Whether you like it or not, scientists will continue to research what causes homosexuality, and if it turns out that hormones are in fact the deciding factor, there's a very real possibility that hormone therapy could be used to change a fetus's sexual orientation while still in the womb. As Salatin writes, "Even if this bothers you, there's little you'll be able to do about it, as this will ultimately be a private decision between doctor and mother." This study has the potential to be the political equivalent of Pandora's box, opening a host of new questions. Do parents have a right to choose the sexuality of their children? Already, parents using in vitro fertilization can screen for a child's gender, but if homosexuality is found out to be hormonal, you're not talking about rejecting fetuses, but rather treating them in the womb. As we take steps to be full and equal citizens, this study raises the question, if we could get rid of homosexuality, would we? Being gay, you'd think this would be an easy answer, but for me it's not. As gay culture seeps more into the mainstream, and vice versa, I find myself asking, what does it mean to be gay today? Is it simply same-sex attraction? If so, we must include the Larry Craigs, the Roy Cohns, the Jeffrey Dahmers in our community. If by gay we mean gay culture, then do we include the straight girl who hangs out with her boyfriends every weekend? And do we exclude the Iowan farmer who's never been to a gay bar in his life? Or are we all those things wrapped up into one? The good, the bad, and the forgotten? Are we both a sexual preference and a lifestyle? And does one require the other to exist? I'm overjoyed by the California marriage decision and by the political progress gays and lesbians have made in the past decade. But in addition to the challenges that face us currently today, are new challenges just down the road, and we cannot be blind to them. I think the world is a richer and more vibrant place with gays and lesbians inhabiting it. And since I don't view same-sex attraction as a deficiency, I would never interfere to make my child straight or gay. I'd let them be whatever they want to be. But many would. I'm Jaffe Grant, you've been watching Flaming Politics. The conversation continues at www.flamingpolitics.com. I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching.